to Road America, qualifying just underway for the GTSRacing.com GT3 Challenge. See the cars streaming out of the pit lane. All out on their outlap. Cars going to have to make it quick because they
Lucas?
don't have a lot of time here.
Fire dipping.
Apparently Lucas went off track a little bit.
I'm tired dipping that Copenhagen, son.
Oh Lord. Car's trying to get some space. See 33 Matthew Kooks trying to get some heat in the tire. Hi Jackson, how are you? Jackson, you got 9 minutes to get in this race if you're already in this series. 9 minutes for anybody that wants to come Road America with us. Have till the end of qualifying to get in here. Chris Wold out in the 84 Boise State Corvette, leading the charge on track. Drivers have to go all the way around this 4-mile facility to start their qualifying lap, so likely only to get one lap, maybe two. Rip. Poor Jackson. Know how that feels though, been there. And Jeremy Scherer in the Mustang on track, Davis Greenwell, Garrett Warren, I believe that's Matthew Kooks he's going around. Harry Grindell and the McLaren just behind them. All out on track. Chris Woolwood out of the final corner. He's heading up the hill. He'll be the first one to start his qualifying time. So he gets to the start-finish line right about there. And officially have a car on the clock now. Took just about 2.5 minutes, so if he pushes, maybe we can get 3 laps in here. Chris Wold leads the charge. Lucas Hoytsma just behind. Hayden Lowell very close to Hoytsma. Wonder if he's trying to get some draft. These long straightaways provide plenty of time for drafting. Behind Hayden, you see Ian Montrose in a number 1 Porsche. Goes way wide. Turn 4, he's going to let some traffic through. Not to impede their laps getting back on track. Nice move there from Montrose. Teammate Cody Cleaver among those 2 cars. The other being, looks like the 50 of Brad Wilson. Shed into a Shine Mustang. There's Harry Grindell, Matthew Kooks. Almost everyone on their official first time lap. 2 cars not out on track. Trevor Trago, Daniel Llewellyn.
Hey.
Hayden may have just dipped the tire.
I was trying to be the right distance behind you to not have dirty air.
He's failed.
That failed.
Now he's backing up to get a gap to Hoytsma for the next lap. Has to be careful how much he backs up because you run back into other cars on track. It's Cody Cleaver coming up on Hayden. Hayden putting distance to Hoytsma could mess up Cleaver's lap. Brad Wilson right behind the Porsche. Alright, our first time lap is in and it goes to Lucas Hoytsma. So apparently Chris Wold did not make a lap that counts. Cody Cleaver times in second briefly, then Brad Wilson goes to the top. Following Cleaver around, Jake B. Mediocre. Hello. Welcome in. Is that the former Mediocre that I'm used to seeing with the name change? Brad Wilson around the outside of Cleaver. Cleaver felt like he was holding them up. Good to see you. Welcome back, Jake. Oh my gosh. I think that was Montrose off the track back there. Matthew Kooks clocked in 5th quick. Drivers try to get a lap to count. Scherer, he reset in his number 15. So he's got a whole new outlap to go now. Already halfway through qualifying, 10 minutes. At a big track like this, you don't get a lot of laps. Cliff Mullins gets one to count, goes 6th quick. And John Neckrich clocks in 5th fastest in the Corvette. You'll see 3 cars painted like that. Neckrich is the one with the red wheels. The other 2 are going to be much harder to tell apart. They both have black wheels. We'll figure that out later. One of them right there, Chris Warren. Someone just drove off the track. I think that was Matthew. And Matthew did drive off and reset down there in turn 4. Don't ask me why that's turn 4. Apparently a straightaway's a corner at Road America. Yes, I just do what it says. Don't blame me. And if you believe everything we're reading on this track map, there's actually 2 straightaways to get corner numbers. Highly frustrating. Everything is a straightaway? Not quite. I'll ride along with somebody and show you how the track map actually lays out. It's considered a 14 turn road course. I think it's horseshit. Let's see, Lucas is about to cross the line. I'll ride along with Lucas. That's not Lucas. He moved. Let's gear it into turn 1. Alright, get ready. This is dumb. This is turn 2, right here. And this is turn 3. Off the track we go. Way off the track we go. And reset. We didn't even make it to turn 4, which was a little bit further down the straightaway. This is not auto-applying for me. Oh, there's Harry in the pits. Somehow the carousel gets 2 turns. This is turn 9 and 10. So we still on the carousel. Still on the carousel. This is turn 9 and 10 somehow. This is through the kink, turn 11. This long straightaway leading up to Canada corner. This doesn't have a turn number somehow. And then we get into turn 12, Canada corner. This is called Thunder Valley through here. This is the Bill Mitchell Bend. Don't know what you have to do to get a corner named after you, but it had to be spectacular. Into the final corner, turn 14. And up the hill we go. Kind of hodgepodged a lap together. Hayden Lowell is still your fastest. Brad Wilson now 2nd. Greenwell 3rd. Lucas is 4th. So we're right along with Lucas in the Audi. Corvette just up ahead. That's Chris Wold,
Hey,
the
Bradley,
Boise State
you mind
Corvette.
slowing down there?
Davis Greenwell liking the sound of his own voice. Got 11 cars that officially put a time in. 17 present. We have one more sneak in. I believe it was Tyler Stillwell getting in last minute. Way down the gear shifting we go there. Oh, we got a little wide. Hopefully he didn't pick up the off track. Through what I call Corvette corner, and then this is called Hurry Downs out of 7 into 8. Sharp, slow left-hander for 8. And the Johnsonville Carousel. I still don't get why it's got 2 different turn numbers in it, 9 and 10. I don't make the rules though. This is the track map on Wikipedia. Checker flag is out. Drivers get to finish their laps as long as they do it within the allotted time that iRacing determines they should have, which looks to be about 3 minutes. I should be able to get everybody across. Hoysa being held up a bit by the 84. Probably going to annoy him. A little traffic right at the end of his lap. Oh, almost made contact with the 84. Lucas is so mad he's going to go straight to the pit lane. He knows it's not any better now, and he's going to hit the pit attenuator for good measure. Just destroy his very expensive Audi. And someone hit him up the pit lane.
I thought you were going to be ghosted.
I think it was Hayden. See who's still on laps. Not a lot of option at the moment. Cliff's still on one. Ian Montrose on one. Ian's coming out of the final corner now. So we have 12 cars to officially have a lap time down. See if Ian can improve his 208.8. It was 209, slower lap. Check in on Matthew, trying to improve on a 209.102. Looks like Cliff Mullins just wrecked in Canada Corner, so he's parked it, and this is our last car. Has a minute 32 to make it back around. Hayden, can I borrow some skill? I don't know, the carousel through the kink. Down this not straight, back straight. Into Canada Corner we go. Through Thunder Valley. And the final right hand, turn 14. Matthew's sitting on a 209.12. We'll see if this is any better. This is a 209.2, not quicker for Matthew. We got an extra lap of practice in, and that's going to do it for qualifying. No other cars out on track. Hopefully we'll get the advancement here soon. Can get this race underway. But your pole sitter is going to be Hayden. Let's see if we can have a quick chat with Mr. Fast Guy. Scroll through the drivers, trying to find Hayden, and there he is. Hayden, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Swiss.
Well, we got that old Napa Mustang on the pole. Brad Wilson, Greenwell, kind of in your zip code. How do you think this race is going to go over the next 30 minutes?
I think if I can be smooth and hit my marks like I've been the last handful of weeks, I think I got a really good chance at the win. Yeah, Brad and Davis are right there. The slipstream, the draft, whatever you want to call it here, is going to be huge. We've got really 3 consecutive straightaways where drafting is absolutely huge. You've got this long back stretch that we're gridded on. Then you obviously got the front stretch, and then that second one going down the hill. Tires, I think, are really going to matter. I think you can really overheat that left rear through those 2 really fast kinks. And then that final left-hander before it's the penultimate corner. If you try to take that flat, the car's not stable. It's not stable. So it's going to be interesting. Everyone hits their marks. It'll be a good race. But that's going to be the key. Who can make less mistakes, I think.
10-4. Well, good luck to you, sir. We'll see if we're talking to you at the end of 30 minutes.
All right, we'll see you.
Hayden Lowell, your pole sitter in the Napa Ford. Starting on the front spot, he'll be joined by Brad Wilson on the front row in his Shenandoah Shine Mustang, so all Mustang front row. Starting third is the Mercedes of Davis Greenwell, and Lucas Heusman, the Audi, rolls off fourth. You have the Porsche of Cody Cleaver and the McLaren for Harry Grindell, 5th and 6th. John Neckrich in the Wannagoons number 6 Corvette. Chris Wold in the Boise State Corvette, 7th and 8th. Cliff Mullins, Spit and Venom Podcast Mustang, starts in 9th. Garrett Warren, Wannagoons Corvette in 10th. Ian Montrose in the number 1 Porsche, 11th. Matthew Kooks, 33 Porsche, rolls off in 12th. Jeremy Scherer, he's got his Mustang rolling off in 13th. Trevor Trago in his Corvette starts, well, it shows 15th. And Tyler Stillwell Rolls off 16th in his Mustang. Kenny Frisbee 17th in his Porsche. And then Daniel Wallen 18th in his Corvette. It's only 17 cars, so don't ask me how that happened. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Porsche safety car makes that dive onto the pit lane. And the all-Mustang front row leads us down to turn number 1. Waiting for the green flag as we come up the hill. And there it is. Green flag waves here at Road America in Wisconsin. Watching the field storm off towards turn 1. One of the Mustangs pulled off immediately back towards the back. Didn't want any part of it. Believe that was Tyler Stillwell. Brad Wilson gets the lead. Hayden Lull second. Lucas Hoytsma third. So Hayden lost the lead on the initial start to Brad Wilson. Harry Grindell, the two of Cleaver side by side. McLaren and Porsche. McLaren gets the edge. Cliff Mullins in a battle with Ian Montrose and Matthew Kooks. A couple of Porsches trying to gang up on the Mustang as they head down the hill towards, well, I guess what it calls turn 5. I've always called this 4. Oh my gosh, look at that charge in there by Ian. Late on the brakes and actually gets that Porsche to turn. That was really impressive. Montrose up to the 9th spot as he works to the inside of 32, Garrett Warren. And he'll clear coming out of Corvette corner. Outstanding move there by Montrose. Oh, we got Lucas Hoytsma around the 97. Also out of shape, the 6 of Neckrich. What happened to Lucas? The Audi. Did he catch the grass on the braking or get contact? Oh, Brad Wilson got out of shape and Lucas Hoytsma, not expecting that, loses it. He actually lost the nose off the Mercedes too. Davis Greenwell damaged the nose of that Merc. So Brad Wilson out of shape coming through turn 7. And then a stack up ensued and a lot of cars lost pieces there. And Rowdy says blame Hayden, as Hayden was able to get back to the lead while we were watching all that. Hayden has regained the lead over Brad Wilson. Let me fix your lap count there. It looks kind of kooky. There we go. Timed event, not a billion lap race event. See if anyone peels off to fix damage. Davis Greenwell, no nose. He is going to bring that Mercedes in. See if Lucas comes in. Tyler Stillwell has had a moment coming through a little further back. Audi is coming to the pit lane. Llewellyn, he's got some damage. He comes to the pit lane. And Tyler Stillwell, he has no back wing on that Mustang. That's going to be very difficult to drive. And the left front wheel is towed in. I think all of these cars are going to have to get the fast repair and get back out on track. So early drama for 4 race cars. Greenwell, Hoytsma, Llewellyn, and Stillwell. 13 cars remain without too much damage, we'll put it that way, because Wilson did get tagged in the rear. So the diffuser probably has a little damage. Up the hill into Corvette corner. Around through turn 6 clean, off to 7. Gap 7/10, and Harry Grindell now runs 3rd. Cody Cleaver's Porsche's 4th, Chris Bold in the Corvette 5th. Ian Montrose 6th. Garrett Warren leads Matthew Kooks, John Neckrich, Cliff Mullins, Trevor Trago, Jeremy Scher, Kenny Frisbee. Looks like Davis Greenwell's made it out of the pit lane with his fast repair. Cliff Mullins, the Spit and Venom Mustang, has spun. This is turn 8. A little too much throttle with the Mustang, and around it goes. Sometimes too much power can be a bad thing. We know those Mustangs have a ton of horsepower. Mullins rejoins the race. Didn't seem to hit anything, so no damage. Has about 19 seconds on Davis Greenwell. It's Tyler Stillwell 15th. 32 seconds up to Greenwell. He had a significant damage on that machine. There's Daniel Llewellyn. He took the 21-second pit stop. Lucas still sits on the pit lane, so I think that car may be done. Lucas knows there's no caution, so there's no way to catch back up. Closest battle on track, 8th and 9th. Matthew Kooks has it. John Neckrich trying to steal it away. Watch these two cross the long front stretch and into turn 1. John Neckrich putting on all kinds of pressure. Looks to the inside briefly as they go through 2. Yes, that's a corner. This is 3. And wait for it. About the time we get to the crossover bridge, that is turn 4 on the straightaway. Right there. Gotta love track maps. Koo is defending the inside line. Doesn't want to allow the Corvette to get into the braking zone on the inside. Gives up corner entry, then up the hill they go to Corvette corner. And Koo is surrounded by Corvettes at the moment. We had all 3 of the Wannagoons Corvettes right around the 33. Back up front, it's still Hayden Lowell. Brad Wilson, 7/10 behind, hasn't let him get away as the 2 Mustangs lead the field. The Sol McLaren runs in 3rd. Cody Cleaver 4th. Chris Wold is 5th. Ian Montrose 6th. Then about 3.5 seconds. So you get to Garrett Warren, Matthew Koo, John Neckrich, and Trevor Trago. We'll get the driver chat back in as we reach 6 minutes complete. Wannagoon's teammates starting to battle one another. And that is Trevor Trago getting around John Neckrich. Let's move the 21 of Trago up to 9th. Just behind them, you see the Mustang of Jeremy Scherer. Black and teal machine. It's a cool looking paint scheme. Things starting to get kind of spread out. We will jump on board with John Neckrich and we'll watch the battle up ahead. So you can watch the teammates battle plus the Matthew Kooks and Garrett Warren battle. These are the 2 closest battles on track. Out of turn number 4. Down the hill they go. Downshifting all the way to 2nd. And they'll go up the hill under the Corvette bridge, and this blind left-hander, you can't see it until it's already too late. Out of turn number 6 into 7. And a little bit of a downhill and a sharp left-hand turn 8. So easy to overdrive this corner. Oh, you see out of shape a bit there from John Neckrich. He had to gather the car back in under braking through this long carousel that Hayden said can burn that left rear tire off. Hayden now nearly a 2-second lead over Brad Wilson. Cliff Mullins is caught up to Kenny Frisbee. This is the battle for 12th as they go through the kink and head down towards Canada corner. Right as we go join this battle, looks like we've had a mistake out of Trevor Trago. First we'll watch this.
Thank you, Lucas. I'm sorry if I did some lap 1 that caused a huge checkup.
Looks like Lucas is back on track now. There's Cliff Mullins getting inside Kenny Frisbee. He saw the car up against the wall, Trevor Trago. See what happens to the 21. Loses the back end out of the corner. And too much throttle and the Corvette goes around. That drops Trago to 13th. Mullins up to 11th. And Kenny Frisbee has remained in 12th. John Neckrich still behind Matthew Kooks.
Sorry, Cliff. I did not mean to bump you. No, you're good. I just brake early right there. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, my bad.
Cody Cleaver's run down the McLaren. And John Neckrich continues to harass the Porsche. Matthew Kooks gets out wide. Meanwhile, Cody Cleaver finds his way around Harry Grindel. Let's take a look, see what happened. Harry seems to have had an issue. He went too much speed into turn number 8, all the way into the gravel trap for the McLaren. And that is how the Kamikaze Motorsport number 70 McLaren lost a couple spots, down to 5th now. And being harassed by Ian Montrose. Rare mistake out of Harry Grindel. Garrett Warren starting to fall back to Matthew Kooks. About to have a 3-car battle for the 7th spot. We'll go back and see if Montrose can capitalize on Harry Grindel having some trash on his tires. Harry Grindel's going to the pit lane. Unexpected. Harry Grindel going to the pit lane. Didn't think he hit anything that hard. Chris Wold gets around the lap car of Daniel Llewellyn. Ian Montrose around the lap machine as well. Now we're back to this 3-car battle. Garrett Warren, Matthew Kooks, and John Neckrich. Neckrich all over the back of that Porsche. Matthew Kooks, the only Screw Squad representative this week. Normally we got 2 or 3 of them. With that. Badger thought it would be a good idea to let me sit some moonshine in the middle of the broadcast. And it was pretty good. Never had banana pudding moonshine. But now I want a whole lot more of it. What sub number are we at? Sub Timber has completed. So we are at 130 subs total at the moment. Sub Timber ended October 1st. Yep. Oh man, Garrett Warren way off the track in the 32 and hard into the outside wall, and that is going to allow Matthew Koo and John Neckrich to get through. You drunk? Not anymore. How was your trip? Got a battle developing for 11th spot. Kenny Frisbee being tracked down by Harry Grindel.
There, you can go by me here.
It's like Harry picked up the fast repair and went right back out. Kenny Frisbee allowing Grindel through. Knows Grindel ran him down from a long way back. Meanwhile, we got Ian Montrose having an issue. What happened to the number 1? He loops it around. Rejoins the track right as he's getting caught. So now we got a 3-car battle. 5th place, Montrose wants it back, trying to go the long way around. As the Porsches make contact coming up the hill. Montrose pushing the 33 into a shallow entry, and then Koo's going to spin it. Because of that shallow entry, Matthew Kooks try to get it pinched down and spins it around, trying to stay off of Montrose. Now the Porsche having trouble getting it turned back around, losing multiple spots. Unfortunate for the 33, drops down to the 10th spot and will rejoin the track just ahead of Harry Grindel. Harry with the clean rubber goes on by. Kenny Frisbee just behind in the white and purple Porsche. And you see Davis Greenwell 13th back there in the Mercedes. a lot going on there. Meanwhile, Montrose pulling away from Neckrich. Cody wants me to do a shot during the broadcast. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Do you want me to do it now, or you want me to wait until we're driving IndyCar? It's up to you. Obviously, you have the sounds turned off for broadcast, but YouTube would get very angry. Now he says, Badger, I gotta do a shot. Fireball, maybe? We'll let Cody pick. We do have a ton of vodka, but I still want the fireball in here for later. Cliff Mullins around Garrett Warren as Garrett Warren hits the pit lane. Right at halfway, so some drivers may decide to come get some tires. You heard Hayden say tires are going to be important. Okay. What are we drinking, Cody? Chocolate, he says. All right. Chocolate vodkas. This is a good one. Davis Greenwell is behind Matthew Kuth and Kenny Frisbee right there as well. So a battle for 10th. Last spot in the top 10. 3 cars going at it there. Everything else pretty spread out. Well, Harry Grindell is starting to catch Cliff Mullins, so we'll keep an eye on that. Greenwell to the inside of the 33 Porsche. And move the Merc up one more spot and into the top 10. It looks like we've lost Lucas Heusman and Daniel O'Wallen. Thank you. You don't trust me to use the double? And brought an extra shot glass. Here is the battle for 8th. Harry Grindell tracking down Cliff Mullins. Remember, Harry had to pit for that, I guess, damage. He went straight in turn 8, lightly got the tire wall. Maybe it meatballed him. I'm unsure. Down the backstretch, heading towards Canada Corner. Grindell looks to the inside, not quite close enough on the number 8. Cliff's going to leave it open for him anyway, and allows Harry Grindell to get through and not hold him up. Those two are teammates, so that makes sense. Grindell up to the 8th spot after pitting. It's the highest up car that's been to the pit lane. Somebody was spun right there in the corner. Trevor Trey goes around on the Corvette, and I think Jeremy Shearer is also around on the final corner. Shearer had such a good run going. Let's see what happened to get him on the infield there. All the back end, just a little too much weight transfer on the braking. And the Blackfish Mustang goes around. Shane Shearer was running fairly decent. Harry Grindell up to 7th now with that. Mullins is 8th. Closest battle we have now is Neckrich Montrose is 1.3 and Mullins Grindell is 1.3. We know Grindell's pulling away. But Neckrich at times is catching Montrose, so we'll hang out here for a little bit and see if anything else develops. Eat a fish stick, have a shot. Get myself some vodka here. It's that kind of Friday. When do y'all want to do Deadpool and Wolverine, by the way? If you haven't seen it yet, or plan to watch it with us. Shot of chocolate in my Hooter shot glass. Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you.
That is an odd mix with fish sticks. But it's delicious. Davis Greenwell starting to catch Cliff Mullins in the number 37 Mustang. "10 minutes to go in our 30-minute Road America race. Hayden leads by 5 seconds. Then it's another 7.5 from Wilson to Cleaver. Chris Roll runs fourth, another 5 back. Ian Montrose 13 seconds back in fifth. Here goes the Merc looking to the inside of the Mustang. John. Complete is the pass. Davis Greenwell gets on through. Cliff Mullins back to 9th again. Really, it's the only thing we had to show you. Everything else was so spread out. So we'll run through the field at the 10-minute mark. Here's your race leader, Hayden Lowell. He's heading into the kink. You can see that gap back to Brad Wilson. That's what 4.4 seconds looks like on track. Then double that. Back to Cody Cleaver in the number 2 Porsche. Cleaver on track for a podium, has 5.7 seconds over the next machine. That's Chris Wold in the 84. See the lap GT3 of Tyler Stillwell right there. Looks like Stillwell's had an adventure this lap. We'll see how he got lapped because there was only one lap car. Oh, there it is. Went down into turn 3, and he's not the first Mustang we've seen do that. Back in comes around. These Mustangs are having some issues with the rear end, except for the 2 that are leading. Well, that's what happened to Stillwell. Jeremy Scherer gets wide in his Mustang. He had been catching Kenny Frisbee for the 10th position, but then thrown through Canada corner. Sent it a little too deep in the 15. Not allow Kenny Frisbee to get another 3 seconds up the road. And you see the purple and white Porsche. That would be for position between him and this Mustang. And every gap is over 2.5 seconds now. We don't have a whole lot to talk about for the next 7 minutes. We'll go back to running through the field. We've got Hayden Lowell and the Mustang leading. Brad Wilson and Cody Cleaver. Then we have Chris Wold in the Boise State Corvette running in the 4th spot. Mr. Devious Chris. The Bulldog Ian Montrose running in the 5th spot. Hanging in there in the top 5. John Neckrich still hounding him, just not as close as he has been. He's gained some time, is back under 2 seconds. Harry Grindell from the pit lane. It's only 11 seconds behind John Neckrich, so it shows you how much speed Harry has. Davis Greenwell also had to pit at the beginning of the race. He lost the nose on lap 1. They've recovered to 7th and 8th. Cliff Mullins runs 9th as he has not been to the pit lane. We have seen him have a little excursion in his Mustang. Kenny Frisbee said he was just here to learn the track and get some time out here. So he will not earn points tonight as he, I believe, started in a Corvette. And per league rules, if you change cars, you don't get points. And he just came out here to get familiar with the track. Jeremy Scherer right behind him. Number 15. Currently in the 11th spot. And Matthew Kooks runs 12th after the excursion to 33 had. Out of turn number 7. And there is the 32 of Garrett Warren getting a little deep in turn 8. Montrose is headed to the pit lane in the number 1. That's surprising with 6 minutes to go. Montrose must have been absolutely losing the tires on that thing to pit. That is crazy. He gives up spots to John Neckrich, Harry Grindell, Davis Greenwell. Sure, Cliff Mullins is also going to get by as he hasn't even made it to his stop yet. Unless he got a drive-through for off tracks. That must be what it is. Ian Montrose evidently hitting the 17 incident point limit because he did a drive-through only. Rejoins the race 9th. Very costly mistake for the 1. Too many incident points sending him down the pit lane. Hi. How are you, Zarya? Montrose once again immediately off track. He's got to be careful. That would be at least number 18. You get DQ'd at 25 with 5 minutes to go. He's got to watch the off tracks. Jeremy Shearer has gotten by Kenny Frisbee, the Mustang, around the Porsche. Let's see how that happened. Porsche way off the track. That'll do it. Jeremy Shearer staying on track and getting by. A little oops. So Jeremy Shearer back up into the top 10. Hayden up the hill to complete lap number 12 of an estimated 15. You're making dinner, and how's everything going? Things are going great for Hayden. He's got a 4-second lead on Brad Wilson. 4 minutes to go. There's Brad Wilson running second. Cody Cleaver in third. And I'm ready for some close pack racing as we go to the Legacy Xfinity card. Hopefully they show up this time. So I told you all about that concert I went to, right? Starset concert that was freaking amazing and the best concert I've ever been to. Tyler Stillwell onto the pit lane. Could see another incident point situation. Trevor Trago is sitting on the pit lane. We'll watch Stillwell as he rolls. Yep, that's going to be another drive-through. Another driver hitting the incident limit. That's probably going to be an off-track for Hayden. You put too much salt in it, hoping it won't be awful. Rip. The lid fell off while shaking. Oh, that's rough. Gap is down under 4 seconds. Brad Wilson's trying to close in. No other real battles to discuss at the moment. There's Cody Cleaver, Chris Fold, John Neckrich, your top 5. Harry Grindell, Davis Greenwell, kind of close, but not really. Cliff Mullins, Ian Montrose, Kenny Frisbee, your top 10. And Jeremy Shearer, Matthew Coots, Garrett Warren, Tyler Stillwell 1 lap down. Trevor Trago sits on the pit lane, currently in 15th. 2 minutes to go. Closest battles right here. That yellow Merc trying to run down the red McLaren. Have to be an off track for Davis Greenwell right there. .3 is the gap. So not super close, but the closest thing we got to watch. Final 2 minutes of the race. Check in on race leader Hayden Lull. Comes out of turn number 6, Corvette corner into 7. Down this little hill to 8. Sharp left-hander, where we saw Harry Grindell make his mistake. Into the carousel 9 and 10. Still not sure how the 2 corners in 1 corner work out. You know, I guess it's an oval logic. Hayden has 60 seconds to get back to the start-finish line. I think he'll do it, and that's why we're going to go 1 more lap. Through Canada Corner and Thunder Valley. Final right-hander. And up the hill we go for the effective white flag for Hayden Lull. 1 more lap to go around this 4-mile facility in Road America. There we go. White flag in the air for Hayden Lull. Brad Wilson 3.5 seconds back. He's closed it down a little, but not much. Davis Greenwell inching in on Harry Grindel still. It's down under a second. It's now 0.8 between the two. Someone just smacked a wall pretty good. Couldn't tell who that was, but you heard the motor not sounding good. Brad Wilson way off the track in the Shenandoah Shine Mustang. He's trying really hard to make up some time. Not quite able to do it. Garrett Warren had a bit of an excursion. Let's see if we can track down what happened to the Corvette. Oh, he was doing a drive-through, it looks like. White flag being displayed for all these drivers. Grindel is trying to break the draft for the Mercedes. Davis just taking the straightest approach. And it's down to a half second on the final lap. Keep an eye on these two. This is where the drama is. Just a half second separate them. A little mistake, and Harry Grindel could cough up that 6th spot to Davis Greenwell. Davis closing right in on the back of that McLaren. 3/10 of the gap now. Up the hill into Corvette corner. Coming up to where Harry Grindel made his mistake. So they exit turn 7 and head down to 8. This is where Harry Grindel went straight in the McLaren earlier in the race. This time much more under control. Does not go off the track. Makes it out of turn 8. Heading back to the carousel. Checker flag is out for Hayden Lowell as he makes his way up the hill and to the start finish. Hayden Lowell wins at Road America. Brad Wilson will be second. Cody Cleaver a distant third. But we go back to this battle to see
lap 1 was really awesome. Really fun.
How it goes down between these two.
Yeah, good one, man. I was fucking way up trying to catch it.
As Davis get desperate in the Canada corner. Gets, wow, within about 5 feet of the bumper. One more opportunity. It's going to be turn 14, final corner. Then it'll be up to Grindel to break the draft up the hill. I think Harry Grindel got the run out of the corner. So it'll be Cleaver third, Wold fourth, John Nickrich fifth, Grindel sixth, and Davis Greenwell will bring it home 7th. Cliff Mullins about 20 seconds back will eventually bring it home in 8th. Not for position behind him. It's Tyler Stillwell in that other Mustang behind him. Tyler going to finish 14th. Mullins across the stripe will pick up 8th. And pick up the 1 of Montrose. He'll bring it home in the 9th spot. Kenny Frisbee just out here trying to get a handle on the track. He's going to pick up a top 10. Here comes the purple and white Porsche up the hill. Locks in his 10th spot. 11th will go to Jeremy Scher after that costly mistake he had. And Matthew Kooks going to be the last car to finish on a lead lap in 12th. Celebrating it with some light flashing. And Matthew completes our lead lap cars across the line. Garrett Ward will finish 13th. Stillwell 14th. Trago 15th. Daniel Llewellyn 16th. And Lucas Hoytsma out of the race early in 17th. Try to track down Hayden. It looks like he's already disappeared. So we're going to have to go find him the old-fashioned way. Making us go back. Look at him. All right. Bring this up. And we'll go find him in the voice chat. Sure, he wants to talk to us after getting his win. Hayden, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Swiss.
Well, you brought it home in victory lane. Looked relatively easy. You had a little challenge on lap 1, but made quick work of that with the 51 of Wilson and took off from there. Had about a 5-second lead most of the race. I think you're kind of taking it easy at the end with the older tires. How was it?
Yeah, lap 1 was fun with Brad. I appreciate him for giving me room there kind of up the hill. I'm kind of watching it back now. I didn't get a very good start, and he was able to clear me into 1. And then through the kink, oh, it looks like a little bit of net code. I knew I got a 4X from it, but I was like, I want to watch it and see if I gave enough room. looks like I did, but Brad, if I didn't, I apologize. And Lucas, I certainly apologize that got him squirrely and into you. Man, I kind of feel bad about that now. But yeah, ultimately just settled in after that to hit my marks, broke the draft a little bit. Once I got out of that second, he kind of slid back a little bit. Part of it was kind of chilling and being nice on my tires, but another part of it was I had kind of burned the fronts up trying to get out of that 1 second bubble. So he was catching me a little bit, but I was also not entirely pushing. But ultimately a fun race. He kept me honest, and 3 in a row, I think.
We got another race at 8:30, so sponsors, go.
Napa Auto Parts, Madigan Motorsports, Art Music. You, Swiss, for putting on the broadcast. Everyone for coming out and supporting the GT3 League. It's super fun, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Nolan at 56 giving us a quick chat. See if we can track down Brad Wilson. And he's in the waiting room. Look at him. Brad, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it looked really good for about half a lap. How was it out there, and what did you need to try and get that Hayden fella?
Maybe a little bit more practice. Me and Cody were talking. Luckily, he gave me some draft for my quali lap. Got me up front. But without that, I probably would have been like maybe 7th. But we didn't figure it out until about 10 laps into the run. We were like, okay, we can't go off here because we kept sending it off track. But eventually we figured it out a little bit, and then just tried to set sail to get to Hayden, but just driving it really hard, I just kept sending it off track more and more.
What's in for you? Brought it home P2. Good run for you tonight. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us?
Shindo, Shine.co, Mooncar. Trying to get some teammates in here, but I don't think Wolfie gets off until right about the time this starts, so unfortunately can't get him. Brantley just wasn't here today, but hoping to get some more teammates in for this one.
10-4. We appreciate you coming out running with us, and always open to more people coming and running with us. Appreciate you, my friend, and hopefully we'll see you in something else tonight.
All right, thank you, sir. We'll see.
Brad Wilson brings it home P2. Now we go get the number 2 of Cody Cleaver. Cody, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
You took a week off, and you come back and get right back on the podium, just picking up where you left off. It seemed kind of easy for you tonight.
Yeah, Road America is one of my favorite tracks, so just came naturally, got right back in the saddle with it. One of my favorites. Yeah, had a pretty decent night.
10-4, pretty good night for you in the Porsche. Or is Mustang's a little too fast for you, or do you think you just kind of took it easy and didn't push it too much?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think this track is pretty tailor-made for those Mustangs. Lots of long straights and then pretty slow corners where the downforce that they get knocked on doesn't really come into play. So I think it was strong for them. And kind of once I realized that, I just settled in and made sure to bring it home.
10-4. Congrats on a strong P3 run. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us?
Yeah, shout out to C2X boys. Keeping everything light, keeping the race fun when it gets boring. Shout out you for broadcasting, put it on the league, all that you do. And yeah, who's the sponsor for this?
Me.
I kind of forget. You are the sponsor. Thank you for also being a sponsor.
10-4. All right, bud. Congrats on the strong P3 run. Get on out of here, and hopefully we'll see you race something else a little bit later tonight.
It sounds good, DG.
Cody Cleaver in the 2, bringing it home P3. Let's run through our final results here. We get everything clicked out, moved around, and shut down. Oh, our track map's going to be in the way. How about we do... All right, I'm going to have to click over here. That. Track map runs through a different application. And over here again, find our results. There we go. 2-pager tonight. Hayden Lowell, Brad Wilson, Cody Cleaver on the podium. Chris Wold and John Neckrich pick up top 5s. Harry Grindell rebounded from that pit lane incident to get up to 6. Davis Greenwell, Cliff Mullins, Ian Montrose, and Kenny Frisbee round out your top 10. And we have Jeremy Scherer, Matthew Kooks, Garrett Warren, Tyler Stillwell, Trevor Trago, Daniel Wallen, and unfortunately Lucas out of the race early with that lap 1 incident. Hopefully everyone enjoyed tonight. We will see you back here next week. I already forgot the track, so let me find it real fast so that you guys on YouTube know where we're headed next week. I know you guys on Twitch already know. Let's see. Schedule says we're going to Laguna Seca to close out the regular season. Then we head into playoff mode. So there you go. Laguna Seca staring us down in the face next week. Should be a good time there. Always fun to watch drivers try to navigate the corkscrew. Hopefully we get a big turnout for that. Free track. And we'll see you next week at Laguna Seca. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. That does it for the YouTubes. Now we're just Twitch stream. We can get the music back on for a little bit. And head on over to